And providing you're doing that, because we know the goals will always come. If you get a little period of time and the goals don't come and the rest of you play, you then are not offering to the team at that time. Now, you've offered to the team your last 2 games excellently, so let's keep that right. OK, all right, well done.
In 6 months, Graham Taylor has rebuilt morale at Aston Villa to the extent that they are well insulated against the onset of icy winter. And this at a club he described when he arrived as a shambles.
It smelt all wrong. It smelt as if it was really on its way down. And people assume, you see, they say, oh, big club like that, it can't happen to it. It can happen. Big clubs can slide all the way. And the fact that they are big means when the slide starts, it goes even further and they tumble quicker. But on the same basis, if you can alter that slide and stop the decline, then the chances are they'll come back that little bit quicker because they are a big club.
Relegated at the end of last season, Villa have moved into position to challenge for promotion again on the strength of remarkable away form. This win was against West Bromwich Albion at the Hawthorns. Warren Aspinall scored both goals. And this goal by Martin Keown set them on the way to victory at Shrewsbury. Clearly, Taylor has not been daunted by a club that the football grapevine always says is difficult to manage.
I suppose in many respects that's part of the challenge to me. I mean, it has been said that to a degree it is unmanageable, but I don't think that is right. And certainly I haven't found that to be the case whilst I've been here. I think that a lot of the things that I've tried to implement since I've come here are the kind of things that have stood me in good stead over the last, as I say, 15 years. And I think in the main, people react to those things. If you're prepared to explain as to why you're doing things, and yet, having explained why you're doing them, saying, well, you know, I'm paid to manage the club, and therefore we must all recognise that, and the decisions are going to be mine, then I don't think you have all that many problems, really.
It was in the unlikely surroundings of Lincoln that Graham Taylor first showed his gift for management, taking the club out of the 4th Division. From there, he moved to Watford and tapped another unexpected reservoir. Watford rose to the 1st Division, as Taylor and Elton John embarked on a 10-year partnership of success. Pop star chairman, studious young manager.
I had 10 years there, 10 years of my life. I gave to Watford and Watford gave me 10 years, and Elton's had 11 years there and put a lot of money into it. And therefore, there is no criticism. But the club now is a 1st Division club, ready to be taken on, hopefully, by other people to bigger and better things, without hopefully losing the thing that made Watford special. It had heart and it had soul, and it was an absolutely marvellous club to work for.
But Elton John's decision to sell has made it easier for Graham Taylor to come to terms with his own departure.
I left, and I would not have liked to have seen them struggle with Elton as the chairman. I know that he is still a director, and in many respects, when he did make the decision, I felt it somewhat easier to bear. But I'm sure that they will be successful. I'm sure that they will maintain their 1st Division status.
When he arrived at his new club, Taylor found that in some ways its very size could be a handicap. At home, Villa's record this season is much less impressive than their away form. A drop point here, for example, against Bournemouth. And Taylor admits that playing at Villa Park at the moment isn't easy.
We got at our last game 16,000. Actually a very, very good attendance, bearing in mind I think there were only 3 higher than that in the 1st Division. But 16,000 people are lost in Villa Park. It's 3/4 empty almost. And therefore, what you have this feeling of failure sometimes before you've kicked a ball. The players are coming out and they're seeing all these empty seats. Now, that's no criticism of the supporters, it's a fact of life. So this big club and these tremendous facilities can work against you when you're not being successful, which is part of the reason I was talking about the decline, how it can set in.
We must have someone coming across the front part of the goal for the cross that doesn't go beyond. So sort it out yourself. Remember this, you retain your space. Can you make that? Good lad, well towed in.
With 9 new players at the club, Graham Taylor is still moulding his team, working daily at the basics, but he's in a positive frame of mind.
We've 22 games left, half the season still to go. If we can now deliver over the 22 games just that little bit better than we've delivered in the first half, then we're going to be there or thereabouts, and that's the most important thing. I'm desperate to get back into the 1st Division. If there's anything I'm missing, it's the 1st Division.
He'll get him there.